Hello everyone and welcome back to more Thief Gold. In the last episode we went through the mage towers of the Hand Brotherhood and we got the first out of 4 talismans, the Earth Talisman. And today we're gonna get the second one, as you might expect, so let's go.
The Keepers have hidden the Talisman of Fire in a place they call the Lost City. Some kind of cataclysm buried the place underground ages ago. The Keepers have sealed the access to the city, a cleft in the river bottom near the east side. If the materials in the library are right, the strange stone I found can be used to open that seal. I've also got a map. It's so old the edges crumble in my hands. It shows the city, or at least how it was back then. I hope the old place hasn't changed much.
And changed it has. Alright, so this is the Lost City. This is honestly my second favorite mission. Out of the 4 missions where you get the talismans. My absolute favorite being the one after this one, which was added in Thief Gold. We have to... Yeah, so the sealed entrance to the Lost City is supposed to be at the bottom of the river around here somewhere. We're getting past that as the first step. The Lost City must have a lot of lost treasure in it. Pick up some, as always. An expedition the Keeper sent once to map the Lost City never returned. They'll owe you a favor if you can recover the medallions from the remains. Now this actual objective is actually very simple because there's only 2 medallions you need to get, and both of them are in very important areas where you have to go through to complete the mission normally anyway. So it's not really a big deal. As long as you keep an eye to the ground, you will get this no problem. The Talisman of Fire was hidden in the Lost City long ago. Time for it to go. I think I mentioned this in the previous episode, but... in the previous mission rather, but... this mission, originally in the original game, not the Gold Edition, actually had 2 talismans in it. It had the Talisman of Fire and the Talisman of Water. And I will show you where the Talisman of Water was in the original game. Because I have played it recently, so I know how it is. Fudging the talisman is well and good, but you have to get back out for it to be worth it. And I'll show you a trick there. Right? Because normally you're supposed to backtrack all the way from whence you came, and that's really annoying. You could do that, that's quote-unquote the safe route, but I'll show you a much quicker route that saves on a lot of time. So let's go. Oh, I forgot to... whatever, I forgot to show the other difficulties, but I'm pretty sure the only thing that changes in lower difficulties is you don't have to get the Keeper medallions, and of course the amount of loot is different. Now, of course, because there's no objective to not kill anyone, this is another basically tomb raging mission where there's only enemies and you can kill anyone because there's no human NPCs. However, there is a bit of a fun trivia there, but I will explain that as we go further in the mission. Because Thief Gold actually does make some changes to this mission as well. I mean, obviously it does because, yeah, you know, it only has 1 talisman, but it also does some other changes as well, which I'll get to. So for now, I'm definitely gonna need some water arrows because the whole theme of the level is fire. Definitely gonna need some health potions. An acquaintance will sell you a commission he has to pick up some antiquities which you may be able to find around the Lost City. Now, this is a very interesting mechanic because, at least as far as I recall, I think this only happens in Thief Gold. And in the canon of the game, Garrett actually picks this up, so I'm actually gonna buy this. But yeah, this is the only way to unlock all of the loot in the mission. So if you're going for 100% and you do not pick up this piece of paper, you won't be able to get 3 pieces of loot, which are crucial for 100%. Of course, I'm not going for 100%, I'm just buying it to show you how it works, and also because it's part of the canon in the story, because this will become relevant at the end of Thief 2 as well. A bit of a spoiler there. Raw Parrow, I only have one Raw Parrow, actually. I might get another one. Actually... Yeah, you know what? I will get another one. Just to be safe. There you go, I think that's good. I would love to get more gas arrows, but you don't really need that many, because there's barely any enemies where gas arrows are useful here, so 2 should be good enough. There's our goals again, and yeah, the map is not very descriptive at all. This is probably the worst map in the entire game, because you can barely tell where you are with this. So I never look at the map here, and you probably don't have to either. Alright, and let's go. So if you remember, you might actually recognize this place. This is the place at the end of Assassins. So this is basically where we live, I guess. And we have to go down here to this area. Yeah, right here where the pond is. Now, there is a piece of loot behind this door. And the only way to get there is to use a Raw Parrow, because... Believe it or not, that surface there... let me pop a quick save. That surface there is actually wood. So we can climb up here, and there's a very easy to miss piece of loot behind this wall here. It's a goblet and a plate. I thought it was only a plate. Now, getting back is really, really annoying, because you have to make the jump from an angle. And you're also going to lose on one Raw Parrow. So that's why I normally don't do this. Let me see if I can do it, though. But yeah, I've only ever gotten this piece of loot once when I did my 100% playthrough. There's probably a better way to do it, but this is the only way I know, so... I think you can probably put a Raw Parrow on that wall, on the opposite wall, and you'll be able to climb out just fine. Oh, actually, you know what? Hold on. Can I put it over on this wall? I can, okay. No, I can't climb it though. Oh man. I think you can also stack the boxes actually. Should be able to stack the boxes maybe. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. And now that just made things worse. And I can't even pick up my own Raw Parrow, so you can basically... Oh, there's more Raw Parrows there. I genuinely did not know that. That is honestly a relief, because I was like... Oh, it's only one? Really? Oh my god. Which I can easily get soft-locked here if you're not careful, which is... I really dislike this part of this mission. I don't know why the developers thought this was necessary to put this loot here. I'm gonna try one last thing, and that is from this side. And if that doesn't work, then whatever. I'm just going to reload my save, and I'll say F it to this particular piece of loot. Yeah, this is not gonna work. We really have to go all the way up. Okay, there we go. But unfortunately, there's... At least I don't think there is a way to get your arrow back, so... But yeah, we came out of it with 2 arrows still, so that's good. Alright, and down here... We have this thing, and this is where we use this key. And bam, objective complete already. So yeah, this is another divisive level in the community, because again, it's more Tomb Raiding. I don't think, surprisingly, I don't think it's as divisive as the first Tomb Raiding level, which was Down the Bone Horde. But it's still not a fan favorite by any means. But I honestly really like this level, especially the vibe of it. Just being able to explore this underground city has always been so cool to me. The only things I dislike about this mission are that beginning area, especially if you're going for 100%, and the way back. Alright. So here we have some spiders. I'm gonna snipe them. Crap. Oh my god, I'm just wasting arrows right now. These spiders are so annoying. Okay. Not as annoying as the last mission though, that's for sure. Okay, so here we have a big spider and a small one. Actually, I think, yeah, 2 small spiders. There's the big one. Right, here we can go 2 ways. I'm gonna go this way first, because I want to show you something. Just get rid of these pests. I think that's the only 2 spiders here. Oh no, there's one more. Come on. Also, I'm pretty sure you cannot actually harm these guys. Oh, that zoom is so annoying. I'm pretty sure you cannot actually harm these guys with a sword because they're too small. The hitbox is too small. You can kill the big spiders with a sword.
This is the Lost City. It's not lost no more.
Alright, so this is the tower that holds the talisman. It's so like tempting. It's right there, like it almost feels like you can reach out and grab it, but you can actually climb up the top of that building and make a very precise jump here and actually make it. That's what I'm going to be attempting. That is the quote-unquote shortcut that I always take, but it's very tricky to do. So I don't really recommend it on your first playthrough. I discovered this in my 3rd or 4th playthrough of this game. And this is currently probably my 7th or 8th playthrough, so yeah, it's kind of tricky, but it is possible. You cannot do it, in case you're wondering, the other way around. If you try to jump, you can't really grab onto that ledge. I don't think so, anyway. I've never tried it that much. Maybe if you give yourself like a little boost here. No. I mean, this is basically skipping most of the mission, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not possible. That jump is not possible. But not like it matters, because we have to get a crap ton of loot anyway. In fact, we have to get 2,000 loot, and this time including 500 in gems. So this is the only mission, at least in the first game, where you have to also get an additional loot goal. Where you also have an additional loot goal of getting a certain amount of, in this case, gems. A certain amount of like other type of loot. Because as you can see, we have gold, we have goods, and we have gems. So we need to get, in addition to the 2,000 loot, also get 500 in gems. But that's actually really easy to do. You can do it even on a normal playthrough. Like, by normal I mean like non-expert. You can easily get it on your first playthrough. So it's nothing you have to worry about.
How can the Keepers keep this place a secret?
We have bricks down there. We have a lot of bricks actually in this level. Alright, some loot there. Now, combat admittedly is actively discouraged in this mission because of these lights. You can't really sneak around enemies in most cases, especially when you're indoors. Easy. I really wish that the Constantine's sword actually had more damage than the regular sword, but that would be asking for too much, I suppose. Right, here we have a note. And it's actually from the Keepers as well. It's a Keeper journal. And we're gonna find a few of these throughout. Despite hardships, I have welcomed this opportunity to study the city of the precursors. Their society was remarkable, stratified like the bedrock and seemingly as stable. Above all was the Emperor, a divine figure answerable to none but their gods. Emperors were seldom seen by the common people, and this distance gave rise to a powerful and politically charged bureaucracy. The last emperor, but one, Va-Chorak, seems to have been different, an unprecedented man of the people. So through these notes we can actually find out a lot about the precursors, which are, I guess, a ancient society way before the one that we inhabit right now. So there's quite a bit of background lore in this mission. I'm just making sure that I didn't miss anything. Believe that's a dead end. The lava instantly kills you, by the way. So definitely avoid it. Alright, before I go out, because that's the way to proceed, there is a lower area here with some loot, and also a crap ton of barracks. So this area is always fun, because I have to fight these guys. And there's, I think, 4 barracks here in total. If you can isolate at least 1, preferably 2 of them, you're gonna be fine. But if you try to take all of them on, then yeah, good luck. Oh crap. Okay, let them come to me. Why are you vomiting, dude? You should be doing your melee quote-unquote attack. I already wasted both my healing potions. Thankfully, there's more healing potions in this map, but that's really annoying. Alright, here we have the loot, and also a note. Let's see what it says. A scroll, rather. Banir has been informed that you ordered the sacrosanct parchments moved to the archives beneath the great temple palace, lest they be destroyed by the angry and fiery breath of the earth. On the morrow's eve, we shall move ourselves there as well. Do not tarry. So we're also gonna get some backup as to how this place came to be buried. So this note is like after they, at least I guess the aristocracy already know that they're doomed. So they try to save themselves by moving underground, I guess, in bunker-esque buildings. Okay, out here there's a very easy to miss piece of loot. Behind these rocks here we have another diamond. And here is
Anybody home?
the main part of the city. We have a fire arrow up there. You can actually climb up and pick it up very easily. There's a lot more barracks here. Up here there's some loot. Golden plate. Now I can never remember where to go from here. I think, yeah, okay, so here we have some fire arrows. These are actually gonna be useful, so they're not required to beat the mission like those other 2 previous missions, but they are still pretty much useful. They're nice to have. Good weapon. And here... yeah, I think you can... Does this actually lead anywhere? No. Oh, right, it's more fire arrows. Now, these ones are kind of annoying to get, though. You have to really get close to the lava. And just barely pick all of them up. Alright, let's proceed. There's almost nothing in all these houses. There is only one house that has loot in it. Besides that other one with the 2nd floor with the plate. I believe the other house that has loot is that one over there, but We have bullets here. How come? Okay, there we go. Wow, these guys have a lot of health. So you can see some infighting here, actually. The Burricks will fight the fire elementals. These are a new type of enemy that we haven't seen before. Yeah, just shoot a water arrow at them and they're gonna go down. Okay, this is the piece of loot I was talking about. And here is the city center, basically. We are right here. And from here, there's 2 paths to take. I honestly don't remember where any of these lead. Let's see, this one leads up here. Around like so. Is there anything else up on these rooftops? Nope. Okay, there's some more fire elementals here. One down there. Oh, just be careful because those projectiles really hurt. They chip off like half your health, and I'm already on half health, so... A ridiculously large quiver there, and a ridiculously large moss arrow for some reason. Oh crap. Oh crap, there's 2 of them. Okay, that was a close one. Anything else? Yep, there's a piece of loot there. I almost forgot about that piece of loot, actually. Okay, let's jump back here. Okay, now we're on... Okay, now we're actually in the city center, and that was, I guess, like the outskirts or whatever. Yeah, and this is, I'm pretty sure this is the other... If you take the other route, it will lead you back here for this way. Pretty sure. Okay, but before we proceed, there is a note here. Let's check it out. Sengar, let me know if you ever come across any good antiquities in your... Oh, okay, this is actually... completely forgot about this. This is the piece of paper that we bought. Sengar, let me know if you ever come across any good antiquities in your explorations. I'd be particularly interested in any ritual headdresses and masks. The golden animal work from the Cyric is increasingly rare, and I needed to point out that if you ever found something dating back to the precursors, I'd make you a rich man. Bram Gervasius. So Bram Gervasius only really appears once in the original game, which is here in this mission, but he's gonna be a lot more relevant and important in Thief 2. And I will cover that on the channel at some point in the future as well. Later this year, or maybe next year, we'll see. Really depends. And here we have a Keeper Journal. We must soon find a supply of water here in the city. The heat from the magma is dehydrating us too quickly. Our water crystals have been saved for emergencies, but we may soon be forced to rely on them. Hopefully the tower is not much further. And this is actually a leftover. This is quite interesting. I always found this weird, like that this is on the second page. This is, believe it or not, a leftover from the original Thief. Because in the original Thief, there's a lot more that's being said here because there's 2 talismans. So they actually have it over here, so they just forgot to remove that. Right, let me see. Okay, this is the theater. We have a couple of these annoying bastards here. And this is what I was talking about. This is basically 500 worth of gems. And this area is very hard to miss. So it's very trivial to actually get that secondary loot objective. How much is that worth actually in gems? 695. Very nice. Okay, down here we have nothing. But up here we have some stuff. Yeah, so this is, I guess, like the main theater, or was. And here we have 2 masks. Now, if you do not pick up the paper, that request or whatever, to get the masks, these are not loot items. When you pick them up, you just pick them up like any regular object. So that's a really strange design decision, to be honest. I don't really get it. Like, you're basically paying to be able to get extra gold. Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Benir has been informed that you ordered... Oh, okay. We already read that. To honor the life memory of our departed father and king, Vachorak, son of the sky, the Colosseum he built for his people will be closed for a year and a day. Let the gates be locked and none make merry, while the sky and earth themselves do shake and cry for their departed brother. This I decree. Vachoran, son of the sky. Alright, so that is when Vachorak died. Okay, I just went around in a circle. I think that's everything here. Oh, wait, there's... Ah! I genuinely didn't even know that this room existed. Yeah, you learn something new every day. Okay, this I do know, though. Another note. A speech given by Master Ruitan to the Guild of Enlightenment. The priests tell the ignorant that the earth is crying for her departed brother, Vachorak. We know that these tremors signify something more ominous. Vachorak would have listened to us and evacuated the city, but his son is less enlightened. The guild must protect what we can, by whatever magical and mundane means we possess. The tower must not fall. So, basically some sort of a cataclysmic event happened that buried these guys, and it's sort of left to the player's own interpretation as to whether or not they believe that it's anything superstitious or not. Like, the ancients claim that it was the gods being angry with them, but there's probably a rational explanation behind that as well. But yeah, in general, I just love the vibes of this mission. It's really neat. Okay, here we have some fire arrows, and I really hope I'm going the right way. Because if there's anything that I always forget, it's where to actually go from here. Well, which is the correct way, and I think this is the incorrect way. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Okay, I'm not gonna go that way yet, because there is another area we have to visit first. I mean, we don't have to visit it. That's the thing. We don't have to visit it. There's an item there that we quote-unquote need, but because of grappling, we don't actually need it. But it does have some loot and part of our main objective as well. One of the talismans, or the medallions, rather. Okay, down here we... Oh, so down here we actually have another view of the tower. And again, you might think you can make that jump. You can't. Trust me, you can't. Tried. They thought of everything. Okay, we have to go this way instead for now. Down here and take a left. We need to go up here. And this will lead us to where we have to go for now. I really hope I find a health potion soon though, because I'm gonna need full health if I'm to do that trick. That's the disadvantage of doing that shortcut. It's a very convenient shortcut, but at the same time you need full health for it. Yeah, this is the area that I was thinking of. So here we have these little houses. I'm gonna climb on top of one of them because eventually they will start being flooded by lava, so you have to jump on top of them. Yeah, there you go.
Be still. He strikes as a dying wind. I stand unscathed.
Okay.
The earth will protect me.
Crap. They actually heard that. So here we have a survey of, or like an expedition or whatever you want to call it, of mages and Brotherhood mages. This is the only mission besides the previous one where they appear in this game. And in the original Thief, these guys don't exist. Also, that was one of the medallions that we need. In the original game, these guys don't exist. So instead, this area is completely empty. So this does add a bit more lore to them. It's clear that they are trying to get the fire talisman, because they were like on an expedition to get all the talismans. We discovered that in the previous mission, but yeah.
Escape while you return to the eternal.
And what's cool is that you can actually kill them, because they didn't bother updating the objectives.
You cannot.
So I'm just gonna kill them. I know that sort of breaks character, because Geralt doesn't really kill people, but I guess the canon explanation to me doing this is, oh right, so these guys, the main order is probably gonna think they probably perished by natural causes, because it's unlikely they're gonna send more people down here. Alright, but here we have some loot and also some notes. We've been careful to avoid the roaming elementals throughout our sojourn, but today we've taken a serious blow. From out of nowhere, a number of them assaulted the troop. We fended them off with our remaining supply of water crystals, but the price was heavy. Hodge was severely burned and may not live through the night. Both Yanis and Abner are dead. Hodge died this morning. I tried desperately to care for him, but to no avail. He was delirious and gibbering, and he cried out in pain, clawing the abysmal ground beneath him. I tried to calm him, but when he grabbed my hair and pulled my ear close to his lips, he said but one thing before expiring: burning water. Oh, that is kind of disturbing and sad. What is this note here? Let the tomb be dug deep into the earth and filled with all manner of things which are pleasing to serve him in his nether days. Splendor shall follow our beloved monarch to mark his glory, and woe to those who would disturb his sleep. They shall be imperiled from below, from above, and from that which is directly before their eyes. So that is a hint that there is a trap that we gotta be mindful of in this upcoming tomb. Right here we have a very useful gas arrow and a silver nugget. Apparently there's a regular arrow there too. Huh. Right, so this is the tomb of the king. And you'll see why we need to be down here in a second. There's also a fire arrow there in case you missed it. I'm gonna douse these torches because there are more mages down here. Oh, never mind, I forgot that I already killed the guy outside. Whatever. Okay, and down here I'm gonna use a rope arrow. This is why you need at least one rope arrow. The game thankfully does provide you with one, but it's nice to have extras. Because of that. Great. Okay, I'm gonna need two then. Yeah, if you don't find the rope arrow, you're kind of screwed. I think that arrow though, at the camp, the keeper camp was a rope arrow, so. Because I'm pretty sure I still had two when I entered. But that is still kind of dumb, because if you can easily get soft locked if you somehow waste your rope arrow. So even though they fixed like the whole fire arrow issue in some previous missions, they never thought of this. Anyway, I don't know why you can open this sarcophagus, there's literally nothing there. The actual way to proceed is down here. And this is the trap that that note was talking about. You have to crouch here because of that. A lot of water crystals here. Let me try to get them, because if I pick up the body, I'm gonna stand up automatically, which is really annoying.
All is not still.
Of course, we have more mages down here to be mindful of. Okay, and right there you can see the item that we came here for. I'll explain what it is shortly. Just make sure this area is nice and dark.
until my return.
Okay, there's a guy guarding it.
Something is amiss.
Alright. So this is a lever. It's a very important lever because we need this in order to extend a bridge in an area later on in the mission. However, you don't really need this because you can just mantle onto the bridge. But if you're playing on expert, you still need to come here for the medallions anyway. Okay, there's 2 more mages down here that I need to take care of first.
Sound ripples through the air. Leave us while you can.
What's interesting is that yeah, I was correct. So the air mages, because that is an air mage, are actually immune to gas arrows. That's interesting. Alright, let me pick up this loot. And these fire crystals. Oh, I already picked up the fire crystals. Cool. Alright. This room is empty. I really don't know what the purpose of this room is. But you remember how I mentioned at the beginning that in the original game, this mission actually has 2 talismans. It has the fire and the water talisman. Well, the water talisman is actually in a very weird, like, carve-out here. There's a very small carve-out, like a mini cave that's flooded, and it's just floating there in the water. So that's where you actually find the water talisman in the original game. I kind of wish, a part of me kind of wishes that it was a bit more, you know, proper. Like maybe this entire area was flooded, or there was like a much bigger cave beyond that, beyond this chamber, but it is what it is. I still, again, much prefer the pacing of the original game over Thief Gold. Because 2 of the 3 missions that Thief Gold adds are honestly not that great. Hold on, was that actually all that I could get? I swear I think I'm missing a piece of loot from here. I got the loot in that room, I got that statue. Oh, I think that's everything. Wait, is there anything here? Nope. Okay, well. Now let's go back to that other area where I was initially going. Up a quick save because I don't trust these ropes. Can I at least take that one back? No. So yeah, this does have a lot of backtracking though. That is, I guess, another smaller complaint of mine, that you have to backtrack quite a fair bit in this mission. So now I have to go all the way back to the theater and then go down the other section, the other route to proceed. But still not as annoying as the backtracking in the previous mission in the Mage Towers. That one is just ridiculous. And again, this jumping trick, the one that accelerates you every time you jump, is really useful when you're forced to backtrack like this. Because it speeds up the process. I wish this was actually a thing in Thief 2, but for some reason it's fixed there. So it's not really an issue with the engine itself, I guess. Unless Thief 2 uses an even newer version of the Dark Engine, but I'm pretty sure it uses the same version as Thief Gold, which is New Dark. Alright, we're back here. And now we're gonna go down this way. Now, if you go up this way, actually, I'm pretty sure it would take you back to, like, the... Oh, actually, no, that is the way to go. Huh, so where does this lead, then? Oh, right, that leads to the viewing of the tower. Man, I already forgot. I have dementia. I apologize, but yeah, we have to go this way. And we're actually gonna make it to the Colosseum. That is where we're gonna use this lever that we got. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so here, if you risk it and go around the side here, you can get some water crystals, and these are very important. Because there's still gonna be a lot of fire elementals moving forward. Okay, and here we are. This is the Colosseum, and you can probably see it right over there. That is the bridge that we need to extend. Now, the Colosseum actually does have a lot of loot, but it does have the last mages in this mission, so we gotta be careful. Here's quite a lot of the loot. There's a secret chamber here with even more loot. And hey, that is our objective already. Our loot goal. Nice. Okay, what is this? Veneer, honor. Okay, from Secretary of Protocol Whiton to Keeper of the Keys Fukuan. It is spoken that Vachuran has closed the Colosseum for reasons other than piety. In a year and a day of mourning, Turan may devise a way to make money from the building. As cheering crowds over to his father is the clink of coins to Turan. To enter the key with Vachurak is genius. None will touch it, yet should it serve, it can be lost to grave robbers. Our new master is Wheelie. The humble servant fears for Karath Din. So this is a hint as to where you can get the lever that we already acquired. I just wanted to get it because I wanted to save some time by not having to backtrack, because I already know this. That is actually something that really pissed me off on my first playthrough of this mission, all the backtracking that you have to do. So yeah, come to think of it, it wasn't always as liked. Okay, there is a fire mage there just chilling in the lava. Chilling in the lava. So don't go down there. He's not a threat otherwise. Okay, over here we have this guy. I'm gonna knock him over into the lava.
Still.
Down here there's a note, I'm pretty sure. No. Ah. Well, there was a note down here. Oh well. Okay, let's go to the basement first, because there is also an upper level there, but every time I go up there, I alert the guys downstairs because I make a lot of noise.
My friend, there is a disturbance. All is not. Join me against this outsider.
Bap. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna use my gas arrow here.
Stand as still as a pond in the winter.
Ah! Too slow. Okay, that guy's an air mage, so he's immune to my gas arrows.
I shall.
There we go. Okay, but here we have another gas arrow and a health potion, thank God. Hopefully I don't take any more stupid unnecessary damage. And yep, here's where we use the lever. There we go, there's the bridge extending. There's nothing down this way. Absolutely nothing. Just a caved-in staircase. Okay, now we can finally, because I'm pretty sure that's all the hand mages in this entire mission. So now we can go up to the second floor. And there's some loot up here as well. Okay, wrong side. Okay, there we go. Probably should have extended the bridge just because I wanted to show you also that you can actually make that jump relatively easily with the new grappling system in New Dark, but just take my word for it. If you don't want to, then you can try it yourselves. Again, I highly recommend you play this game if you haven't already. And even if you have played it, replay it. It's definitely worth your time. Okay, and over here we also have another precursor mask. There's only 3 masks in the entire mission. This is the last one. And this way we have nothing. We're just this very weird piece of debris. I've always found this piece of debris very weird. It's like perfectly circular. It doesn't even match like the hole up there. So it's very... whatever. Okay, that's all the loot that we can get here. Now we may proceed. We're almost at the end already of this mission. I say already, but we've been streaming for 45 minutes. Okay, nothing here. Oh, gotta be careful here. Right. A mother load of water arrows and the second medallion. There you go. So there's only 2 of them. Kind of a letdown. I wish there was 3 of them, but whatever. But as you can see, both of them are on your path to the main objective. So very hard to miss. We had just came upon a tall and sturdy tower, and it was agreed upon that we should deposit the talisman there. The staircase to the top floor had collapsed some time ago, which made ascension difficult. Eric had pointed out the ledge circling the tower, suggesting that one of us place the talisman out there. I laughed at his comment uncaringly. This disturbs me. Tomorrow we shall head back the way we came. I cannot keep myself from wondering why the burning elementals stood at bay as we passed. Will they still, now that we no longer carry the talisman of fire? And if you somehow missed it, this note actually in the original game tells you that they also left the talisman of water back at the tomb of Va-Turok. If you somehow missed it, but it's honestly kind of hard to miss. I wish I could show it to you, but I'm playing the Gold Edition. So, yeah. Okay, we're almost at the tower. This is the last section.
Creepy.
I love Cthulhu. Alright, so here we have a very annoying area. We have to sneak. It's very difficult to do this. I always, like, fall down there and die. But we have to, like, sneak through this weird geometry to get those 2 silver nuggets. And then over here, we have the... Pretty sure one of the last pieces of loot, actually. There's still some more loot in the talisman tower itself, but up here we have some... A diamond, I believe, on this rooftop. Yep, there we go. 2 fire arrows. And from here we can jump down to the other side and proceed. Okay, these guys are actually aggressive. I don't know why the note mentions that they're not, because they clearly are. What actually happens is that once you pick up the fire talisman, more of them will spawn down there on your way back. So that's even more reason to want to skip the journey back. Okay, and here's the last 2 pieces of loot. This mission. And the note. Also the last note. Fire rains upon us from the sky. At the temple of Lachotep, or whatever, 4 hallowed geldings were offered to appease the acriminous earth. The sanguine overture has done nothing to pacify her. Yeah, so these guys are basically cooked. Alright, yeah, here's the collapsed staircase, and as the note mentioned, we have to shimmy our way across this outer ledge here.
It's a long way down.
And I think I just saw that guy spawn in. I don't know if that happens periodically, if that lava just spawns them infinitely or what, but... Yeah, and here we have to use a rope arrow to get up to this window. Which is kind of jank, mind you. It's kind of annoying to get onto those rope arrows sometimes, especially when you're so close to your ledge. And here's our prize. You don't really have to do this, ironically enough. You don't have to douse this flame, but I like to do it. Alright. So, oh crap. Took unnecessary damage, gotta be more careful. So now we can either go back the way we came from, or I can show you how to do it, quote-unquote, properly. So, if we use our rope arrow... Think about this. Is that gonna be enough? I normally do it from the other side, but... Let's see. Yeah, I think this is good. You can use your rope arrow to get up here. There we go. And there's our exit. So now all we have to do is time 3 consecutive jumps so that we gain some speed, and also make sure that the last jump we do right before we leave the platform, like that. And grappling onto the thing, though, is kind of hit or miss sometimes. This might take me several attempts. It's honestly really difficult to do. I find that if you do it diagonally, it's a little bit easier because you get a bigger boost. Sometimes too big of a boost. This is annoying, but it is possible, and it still saves you a crap ton of time. Oh, I almost made it. Come on. There we go. Yeah, see? It only took me, what, like 5 attempts, I think. Maybe 8 at most. And all we have to do now is... We don't have to walk all the way back to the city streets. We only have to walk out to that platform where the small spider was. So right here. There we go. Mission complete. There you go. Very nice mission. Some people might not be a fan, but I personally am. So we found an entrance to the Lost City. We got 2,000 loot, including 500 in gems. Again, as always, I'm curious to see if I got all of the loot. We recovered the Keeper medallions from the Lost Expedition. We obtained the Talisman of Fire, and we left the Lost City. Save, and... Oh, man, Where did I miss loot? I thought I got all the loot. Huh. Oh, well, whatever. 6 hours playtime so far. Not bad. Yeah, so that was the Lost City. Tomorrow we're gonna play my absolute favorite Talisman mission, and it's the third and last mission added in Thief Gold, so stay tuned for that. But until then, thank you all very much for watching, and have a good one. Bye bye.